Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Breakfast Spelunky for the 14th of February, 2020. I'm Andy Nealon. I'm your host. It's me. It's me. It's just me, not the three others. Hopefully, one of these days I'll get them on. I feel like I have to start every show with that. I think the audio levels should be fine. Turn the music down, and with that, let's see. Let's just get into it. Let's just do the challenge. So I played. So for those of you who don't know, this is the Steam Daily Challenge. I already played the PSN, the PlayStation Network Daily Challenge today, and I beat it. So it's been going pretty good lately. But that was the only time I beat it this week. The last time I beat it was literally on the stream last week. So let's see how this goes today. I'm pretty excited because I'm feeling very, very confident for no good reason at all. Well, other than the fact that I beat it today. So it almost feels like if I don't beat it now, it's not the end of the world. One thing I'll say is I've been having horrendous PC issues lately. Like a bunch of 3D games have been crashing left and right with like kernel power, which is a pretty bad error message on Windows. I think it just means that your power supply is busted or something, or drivers don't work. But basically it doesn't, like if you look in the event viewer, sorry, this is gonna get nerdy. If you look in the event viewer, it's not like it gives you any information as to what's causing it. But it's always happening on, I don't know, like I was playing Resident Evil 7, then I was playing Forza Motorsport, like Forza Horizon 4. It always crashes on something that's like high end. Like it doesn't crash on Frostpunk or me playing Spelunky, hopefully. But what I'm trying to say is, if I'm suddenly just gone, that's because my entire box just hard reset. Which worries me because I just looked up what a new PC with a decent GTX 2080 Ti graphics card. It's probably a little bit overkill. But that would cost, I don't know, stuff like that gets expensive really fast. And if you've been paying attention to this stream in the last couple of weeks, you know I'd rather spend that on synthesizers. Delverino says, hello, I've finally caught you during an actual run. Hey! Yup, this is it. This is the point where I hope to not disappoint. Well, there's good news number one. There's the key. Okay. So that's pretty decent. Let's not mess this up. I used to consider stuff like this unnecessary risks, mostly because of like little inconsistencies in my controller input. Sorry, buddy. Ooh, nice. See, I would normally, yeah, I don't care about the cape just yet. There will be sufficient capes in hell. Okay, well. Ooh, I guess I should have triggered that. That wasn't very smart. I very much lucked out on that one just now. Wait, what just happened? Oh no, buddy. Hey Tripmo. Chat, just want to drop by for a hello since I have kid obligations. I'm in a good luck, Andy. Thank you. Yeah, I am asking my wife to do kid obligations right now. Docky says, I've never abused the damsel with an arrow like that. How many hit points does it have? Oh, 3. I would have thought 4. But yeah, it's slightly unfortunate because I obviously didn't want it to go out that way. Okay, so I used to waste a rope here, but I actually don't have... Ooh, that's not good. Let me turn that off real quick. I do not want to hear... I for sure do not want to hear work emails coming in while I'm playing this. Let's turn that off. I'm doing great. This is fantastic. Okay, so let's just roll that bomb down there. That's good enough, right? Yep, perfect. I guess there may be a rock over here. Did I leave a rock over here? I don't know. Let's not do that. Okay. Delverino, at least experientially, it can take 3 whips, so I assume 3 health under the hood. Yeah, I'm not sure. I thought it had 4, but it's whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Tripmo, by the way, weirdest thing last week where my daily 2 hours after you was a different seed. What gives? What? Oof, that shouldn't be the time it switches over, right? Like, it should be switching over at midnight GMT/UTC. So that shouldn't happen. That's weird. Wait a second. You were... Okay. Again, probably... Yeah, no, here's what happened. You played it on PSN. This stream I'm doing here right now is the Steam Daily. That's why. I'm not streaming on my PlayStation right now. Mostly because I don't have it set up, honestly. Like, I'd need to get some Elgato style capture card. This is just me capturing a window in OBS, right? Ooh, yeah, I want to see what's in that crate. Docky says, yep, yeah, exactly, different seed. No, they're not the same. They're not the same. They're different ecosystems. I don't even know exactly what triggers it, but they're different. They're just a different number. And when I was still practicing to get to hell and all that jazz, I just played both of them every day. It's a little bit cheating. It's the twice a daily. Twice. I love having the spiky boots this early on. It's so nice. Oh, right. Those are also different versions. Oh, wait. No. Right. Yeah. The Vita is the same version. I knew that because I do. When I travel, I take my Vita with me. Last time I even got through the first 20 hours of Persona 4. And then to never touch that game again, which is very unfortunate. It's actually really, really good. Hopefully I get back to that one day. In that case, I'll be streaming... Oh, Tripmo says, in that case, I'll be streaming a different daily in 2 hours. Well, we're friends now on PSN, so you can always look at my replay. I beat it today. Yeah, Docky says I kind of hate that we'll never probably get Spelunky 1 on Switch. Yeah, it's really, it's unfortunate. But yeah, I don't think they're ever gonna, I don't think anyone's, including the developers of Spelunky 2 right now, are ever gonna, which are the people who did the PS port, right? But I don't think they're ever gonna touch that code base again. Like Spelunky 2 is no, as far as I can tell from what I've talked to, take care, Tripmo. Hey, Unparalleled Dev. As far as I can tell from what Derek has told us, like it uses none. Ooh, where is it? Is it down there? Let's see if it's closer to here. It uses none of the code. Of course I had to get hit. It uses none of the code. Ooh. Where is this thing? Well, it's for sure with the shopkeeper. Oh, it's farther over here, I think. Okay, so my biggest concern right now is that I don't have glue. Right. Well, I have to do that so I don't mess up the... I do not want to tick off the shopkeeper right now. Oh, come on. Well, hopefully there's a lot of bombs. So I don't have the glue, and that's the thing that's going to mess me up, right? Because I'm just so used to sticking the shopkeepers and everything else in the black market. Ooh, man. 2 12-packs, a compass, and a jetpack. So all I can say to that is I hope I don't mess this up. Cobear25 says, has Derek said that Spelunky 2 will come to Switch? Right now it's just confirmed for PS4 and Steam, right? Just purchase some from it. I will, Delverino. Delverino says, just purchase some glue from a friendly shopkeep. I will, if there is any. Nope, he has not said anything about it, but I'd find it. There we go. We're in business. I'm just going to buy a 12-pack so I have enough bombs to ruin shopkeeper's day. I'd be shocked if Spelunky 2 didn't make it to Switch. Right? Well, it just seems such an obvious, amazing fit. I mean, it's also going to devour any shred of my life. Okay. Let's see. Let's try it. So again, I'm getting really overconfident. So this is the point where I get overconfident. It still happens to me. Like, even though I've played this game thousands of times, once I get the jetpack, I'm like, I am a Superman. I am an indestructible golden god. And that's when it gets me. See, I hate when that happens. Okay. Now let's just... I'm good on time, so now I'm just going to go over here. See what... Okay, shopkeeper's down. So this is the part where I check to see if there's anything good down here, and I get super greedy. Yeah, and there's great stuff down here, so I'm going to get super greedy. Which basically just means me catapulting those dudes down to the next level. Right. And then... No, I'm going to bomb my way out here. Because that way they'll be far, far away from me. Alright, so now I'm just going to cascade 2 bombs here. Make sure that I'm safe. And get out. Unparalleled Dev says he kind of hinted at being on the Switch but didn't want to say it too early. Docky says not releasing Spelunky 2 on Switch would be a terrible thing. Yep, I fully agree. Delverino says we love indestructible golden gods. I think I'm channeling that scene from Almost Famous, where whoever the lead rock star is on the roof of a place and jumps into a pool. Cobear25, yeah, I'm pretty sure that any new platform would sell way better on Switch than any other system. Yeah, probably true. But also keep in mind, we're getting like a bunch of, well, not that that really matters for the sales, right? But we're getting a bunch of new consoles in the fall. But yeah, this is not your typical... Like, Spelunky 2 doesn't sound like your typical, oh no. Doesn't sound like your typical will be an amazing PS4 launch, or PS5 launch title style game, right? It's clearly not what it is. So I'm just durdling around here, because basically as far as I'm concerned, we're done in the jungle, right? Docky says, I gotta run, good luck today. Thanks a lot! Thanks, Docky. You know, if something fun happens, I'll tweet at you to just watch the stream, watch it on YouTube. Ooh, this is potentially dangerous. Let's get rid of the water. Why did I do that? Well, because I want to have a clear line. Do I have the throwing gloves? I don't. Why? Because I want to have a clear line to shoot this buddy over here. Like I'm doing, this is like the surgical extraction way, right? This is like way too careful, right? Like that clearly doesn't require that level of planning and precision, but I just don't want to mess this up now because things are just going way too good. Way too good. Delverina says, except if they had a jetpack when they jumped. I think I lost the context for that. Sorry. I should be looking at that slightly more regularly. Please do not get eaten by a man-trap now, because I'm being careless. Yeah, I can spend a bomb to get through here. This looks like it's going to be more than one bomb. I have 35. I'm good. Yeah. That is a very good call, Delverino. When you have 36 bombs, everything looks like destructible terrain. Yeah, that's pretty true. Well, now I'm just trying to make sure that, again, I don't get into a situation where I accidentally trigger our good old shopkeeper buddy, because I just want to trigger him by putting some lead into his face. Like that. Right, because you don't want to have to deal necessarily with a shopkeeper that's just annoying you, because like I used to come at the shopkeeper from the top at situations like that, and it just like triggers the shopkeeper, and then you're like, okay, now I gotta somehow like stick bombs down there, and you end up wasting a ton of bombs or killing yourself in the process. Okay, so again, the only thing I'm trying to do here in 3-1 is get to the exit. There's literally no other deeper goal. If I find some goodies on the way, that would be great, but there's nothing else for me to do here other than get the hell out. Okay, that was, again, I have no right, I had no right to survive that, because that was just, again, very, very careless. This is 100% a function of my hubris right now, because I'm super, super feeling it, right? Like that I got this. Okay, well I do, but again, not because I'm good at it. Delverina says, is the next Show Light episode recorded? Nope, we're recording it this afternoon. We are recording it in a few hours from now, but knowing our editing wizard Nick, I'm gonna say it's probably gonna go up latest tomorrow, or even today. Right? He's usually very much on top of that. But I still have to play some Crypt of the Necrodancer before we record, because I haven't played that game in a while. I played it quite a bit when it was in early access. I never beat it. For some reason, even though I supposedly know music a little bit, I did not manage to beat that game. It's super fascinating, though, in terms of how it uses music to quote-unquote advance time, which now reminds me that I definitely need to talk about that game in my game prototyping class when we get to space-time discretization. Okay, what am I doing here? I'm clearly not paying attention, again, as so often. Because what I should be doing right now is making sure that I don't miss the Moai head, but I can't, I don't think it's here, so it's, right? Like, I went all the way over to the right. Did I? I did, right? Yeah. No, there's no presence of any Moai head in this level, so unless it's in the bottom right and I missed it, but I don't think so. Who's the guest? It's Ryan Clark from Fail Better Games in Vancouver. They made Crypt of the Necrodancer. Delverino says, I love that game came out about when one of the others was playing Spelunky and moving to the music. I don't even know that story. We'll ask the question. Find more potentially apocryphal story correctly. Delverino, if you tweet that to at the Spelunky Show as a question, I will for sure add it to the show notes. But maybe Ryan will just talk about the origin story of the game anyway, right? Because usually we ask the developer to do that. Say, so hey, how did Spelunky influence your design chops? which for them is like pretty obvious, right? Although you could argue that their game is much closer to a traditional roguelike than Spelunky, right? Because it doesn't really have a... It has a dexterity component, but it doesn't have a platforming component, and the dexterity component is closer to Tetris, right? Which, again, I'm probably going to look at my own recording later to take notes of what I just said, so that I can add that to my slides for the class. Good night, little buddy. Yeah, because my TA talked me into making an entirely new lecture next week on space-time discretization in video games. Right, which is a huge topic. I feel it's one of those topics you could make a whole class on. But yeah, they only get to have it for 1 week because it's a catch-all class where we, you know, have prompts every week. Heavily inspired also by Bennett Foddy and Doug Wilson's versions of Game of Week classes. Although I have been teaching a class for a lot longer. Like, it's basically the only game design class I've been teaching for, what, started teaching in 2007 in Berlin, so been a while. What am I doing here again? Oh, dear Lord. Okay, that was easy. Delverina says I can tweet at you to remind you, but I already tweeted a question, so I didn't want to flood it. Oh, that's totally fine. Trust me on this. This is, yeah, just keep on going. Just knock yourself out. Because we usually, like, if they're related, we put them into groups. But there's no such thing as, like, flooding it, really. Do not feel like you can't ask another question. Because a lot of the Okay. A lot of the questions are about Cadence of Hyrule, and I think for various reasons we won't be able to talk about that. Which I don't really know. I didn't ask exactly why, but it's also doesn't matter. Like Ryan Clark is such an interesting person in like every other respect as well that I'm not worried that we'll not have enough to talk about. Like, I think if we only, what's going on here? If we only interviewed Ryan about the Clark tank, we'd be fine. That seemed awfully unnecessary, right? Oh, no. Go away. Thank you. So, oh yeah, Nintendo that way. Yep. Yeah, I just didn't want to say it. So that's awfully risky what I just did, right? Like using the staff to kill the shopkeep. I do it all the time, but it's like it's backfired on me like once every 20 times. So I probably shouldn't do it, but also it's too fun to not do, and it's like it works. Like it's gonna work now again too with the shopkeeper right there, who is loaded on bombs. Right, so yeah, 5% is pretty good, Delrina, right? 5% odds. Yeah, that sounds pretty solid. Wow, look at all those boxes. Yeah, I'm going back there to see what that's all about. Also, I should check out that one up there, right? Yeah, because I just don't want to trigger. Okay, that wasn't really worth it, but fine. See, normally I wouldn't trigger the shopkeeper up here, but I'm looking for the City of Gold, so I kind of don't care, right? Wow, just got a lot of ropes. Okay, so I would like to take the shotgun with me. So let's just keep searching for the City of Gold. There it is. There it is. First, that. Right, unlock it, get the shotgun, come back. Make sure I don't get killed by any stompy blocks. There we go. That worked. That worked just fine. Delverine says teleporting crocodile guys can really get you with that staff. Yeah. Yep. That's the 5%. Well, that and the thing just folding back on you. Hey, Alex. If you just joined, it's going pretty fine. But now that you're here, I'm probably going to die. Okay, Delverina says the top 5% of crocodile guys control 100% of the... Ooh, I don't like this. Do not like, do not like. So here's the thing, right? In the city of gold, in the dark levels, it's trivially easy to see stompy blocks and all that stuff because they're lit, right? This is not at all the case for the City of Gold, right? Where suddenly you're in a situation where everything is the same color. I never really asked Derek about this, but I'm just going to straight up say that's a deliberate design decision, right? To make it super hard to see the dangers in the City of Gold, right? The City of Gold is supposed to be this splurgy, fun, happy place that's just like, yeah, you got it, you made it. But then it's like, also the most horrendous traps now have the same color as everything else. Right. So yeah, I'd be not surprised if most people's first visit to the City of Gold is not a happy time. Okay. Also, Alex was online with me yesterday playing Resident Evil 7 when my computer hard reset. So, hey Alex, hopefully it doesn't happen during Spelunky. Hasn't happened yet. There we go. Okay, let's just get this dude over here. Delverino says the only happiness in Spelunky is death. Well, maybe not today. Let's see if I can... So, here's a thing that I've literally never managed to do, right? Today would be the first time ever. I've tried it before, but not really. Not really, right? So I've definitely tried it before, but today I'm just going to say what I'm trying right now. I don't know if it has a name. Ix isn't here. I don't know if the Spelunky community has a thing they would call it if I beat the daily on both dailies on the same day. Because I'm pretty sure... I'm very sure that I have never pulled that one off. Like, even though I've beat the daily 3 days in a row on PSN. Actually, 4 days in a row on PSN. But not... Let's see. I mean, that would be kind of cool, right? That'd be kind of cool. I'd like that. It's looking good right now, but again, that's usually what everyone says right before everything goes south, so let's not jinx it. Basically, it depends on how careless I am in hell, right? Or get stomped by Olmec because I'm like talking and not watching. We shall see. Okay, Olmec, go down. You got this. Thank you. Alex says plenty of bombs, so go for it. I'm trying. I am trying. Let's see. So this is already a really cool start, right? So first of all, is there an item I don't have? I don't really have the throwing gloves, which is a little bit unfortunate because I do like to be able to throw the bombs straight and not in an arc like I'm doing right now. But that's usually not a deal breaker, right? Those are spikes, by the way, in case you were wondering. And yes, I have fallen on them many times. in the most unfortunate of ways. Oh, there's... Nope, don't want to deal with her. Okay. So this isn't super cool, but now I'm gonna do... Ugh. Jesus. How bad am I at this? You'd think that... Okay, see, I'm not risking... I'm not gonna risk anything here. Wait, this isn't gonna work. This has bad idea written all over it if I don't do it in a clean and simple way, right? Because I just have to make sure that... Yeah, that was my problem. Man, the fact that her sound still goes off the whole time is kind of annoying. I don't remember ever having that happen. Okay. So, I have so many bombs. I'm going to actually just put 2 here, just in case. That would help me get a Chapo Kipo. Nope, it's not going to help me. But I'm getting out of here. Okay. Delverina says, do you ever go for sacrifices to Kali? Oh yeah, all the time. But I'm so late in the game right now that I don't care anymore. I definitely had the cup in my PSN run today. So yes, the answer is yes, I definitely do. Oh boy. I mean, there's always the occasional weirdo run where you just die on spawn, right? Like it has happened to me a little bit too often lately. Like it's super annoying, honestly. Okay, where's the exit? It's over there. Let's go over there. Oh, I do not like this. Do not like this one bit. I mean, it's not... It looks like all this stuff is trivially easy to time, but that's usually where it gets you, right? Good old stomp the shopkeeper trick. Okay. I mean, not only would I... Sorry. That's also correct. Not only would I be beating this... Oh god, I should stop talking! Okay. So now I'm just going to straight up bomb my way through this with 32 bombs. Because I don't, again, do not see the benefit of... This has bad idea, again, written all over it. So... What am I trying to do here? I'm trying to bomb my way through, but I also don't want to get hit by any of those spikes. Oh, look who's already dead. Well, again, we are. So this is, if I mess this up now, I need to get checked, right? Because there's almost, like, I have so many bombs, like there's almost no challenge to this anymore if I don't mess up, right? I mean, all of those ways that I just like snuggled through there are ways to get killed. Delverina says, what's not to like Spike's death? Delverina also says, is there a way to tell which damsels are real? There is. I learned about it, I don't know, a year ago. Their howl frequency is doubled. They do the scream twice as often, and that's how you can tell. I love stuff like that, like weird obfuscation stuff that you can only see through some, like, very paying close attention. That is for sure going to be a design prompt for my prototyping class, because boy oh boy is obfuscation fun in video games. So I usually get rid of the spikes here just so that I don't accidentally fall on them on my way down. Here's another thing I used to not do. Just makes it easier to shoot. This is it. I did the double daily. I did the double daily. Hello. Hey, bud. Long time no see. Sweet. Yes. Okay, so that makes 2 dailies. That makes 2 breakfast spelunkies in a row. So now I can go for the hat-trick breakfast spelunky. And you are now witnessing my first ever beat the daily on both PSN and Steam on the same day. Unparalleled Dev says Professor Spelunky. I'll take it. I'll take it. As I said many times before, right? Especially in like Ix's presence, right? Aaron Kearsley from the Moss ranking community. I'm like orders of magnitude away from Ix and Kinney, right? Like they're not like 10 times better than me. They're like 100 times better than me. But that curve of like people who play Spelunky gets, it's a power curve. Or it's like a logarithmic decay, as we'd say, right? Like the 50 percentile of Spelunky is probably people who are like, I don't know, probably never beat the game. 28:54. My PSN time was 26:15, which I think may have been my record for beating hell. Because as you can see, I take it very slow. So let's have that victory march run. Let's see, what time is this? 10:37. I have 23 minutes. This is going to run for 3 minutes because it's just nice to have the victory march run afterward. Like, I still like it. Also, there's maybe things to be said about the credits. Alex says, thanks. So Alex says, let me put on my German voice, Die haben Struff, du nur busy. So what that means is, they're good, I'm not. It's not a literal translation, but it's close enough. ShadowDX64, thank you. 2 in a row. Yep, I did it. For context, Alex and I used to be roommates in Germany when we were both studying computer science in the early noughts. So he's more German than me, but I'm pretty German. Also, I think at some point... Oh, here, special thanks, Doug Wilson and Zach Gage, my 2 co-hosts of the Spelunky Show. Mostly because they popularized... Well, them and Niflis is the story, right? They popularized the use of a daily in like a daily ritual when it wasn't even in the code, right? They just did that. And had a bunch of things to say about it. Let's see... Awesome run, Andy, says Alex. Yeah, it was a good one. It was, man, they were both... So, these runs are both still valid till what? Like for another 6 hours? Like, I should probably just tweet that in the follow-up to when I tweet about the VODs for this. Because everyone who wants to beat them both today probably should try it. Like, it's rarely going to get this good. Like, so many bombs. Like, both runs were extremely generous. Did I have the jetpack? I may have not had the jetpack in the PSN run, but there were a billion bombs, right? That's usually much more important than the jetpack. The jetpack is just icing on the cake. Which that's the way of saying, okay, I'm not a novice at this game, right? Like at some point the jetpack becomes not as important. Unparalleled Dev says you ended with 36 bombs and 20 ropes. Yeah, it's insane. That's random number generation for you, right? Like sometimes it's just gonna serve you that because on average, it's trying to give you a good experience, right? It's not trying to be not generous, right? In the context of what we always say about, or what we talked about this extensively with Terry Kavanaugh on the show about generosity in game design. You should go back and listen to that if you're interested. Have you interacted with Alex Jaffe's Cursed Design Problems theory, says Delverino. So Alex Jaffe and I are good friends. I should start that by saying that. And we even have a published paper together on depth in strategic games that you can go look up. Yeah, wow. See, so if I show you this right now, you'll see that, it stores the last week of dailies starting 2/8. Wow. Got a lot of people in here. I should just play it. Republic of... This is funny. The Republic of Doc Jofro. I wonder... This is pretty funny. The Republic of Jofro. See, and there I am. I only play it once a week on Steam. He positions it a theory of the framework and also a way of generating ideas for games. Yeah, it's a cool talk. I've definitely seen it. I'm not sure I agree with his framing 100% on the cursed problems. Because if you ever heard me talk about design, I'll tell you pretty regularly these days I think design is overrated. And that we mostly create art in games. But it is a very good talk. And also Alex is super smart. Super smart. And just a really great guy. Like there's a if any of you are at GDC, there's a roguelike meetup that I think he goes to, and then there's also like a game design meetup. There's all like extra meetups that you can like look up. Probably just DM him or at him on Twitter and say, hey, you'd like to join for that. Those are usually really cool. Retro Ruler, is this Xbox One? Nope, it's Steam. It's a PC. I think the Xbox version, if I'm not mistaken, last I looked, the Xbox version of Spelunky doesn't have a daily, right? They never went back and changed it. It's only on PSN and Steam. Unparalleled Dev says Jofro is me. See, I've made my peace with the fact that I never know who's who because we use a million different aliases these days. I use Nealon almost everywhere except for, like, I use my alias is WorldMute. In a lot of places, but I prefer my clear text name so people know it's me, which, you know, talked about before in the show. I understand that that's a position of extreme privilege on my end. Delverina says, kind of blew my mind. I'm designing the meta progression systems of my game. Have any recommendation books or talks on the subject? That's an interesting question on Parallel Dev because I'm not sure if there are any books on that, like meta progression systems of a game, right? Because basically what you're looking for is like some sort of like RPG style leveling up, right? In the general sense, because I think a lot of games, let me get out of this and turn off the sound. I think on a lot of times that's what you're looking for, right? You're looking for those kinds of progression systems because innovating on them is much harder, right? That's what I want to do. Like, innovating on them is extremely difficult, and you're probably not going to find that in a textbook. But yeah, unparalleled, yeah, roguelike meta progression, which sounds like an oxymoron. Also, I love that you said that you typed rouge-like. Yeah, MetaNet Software. Jesus, I can't remember. Can't believe I'm blanking on his name right now. He would be very proud of you for rouge-like. But yeah, so I would say that for innovation in that space, I would always, like these days, I'd look to FTL and Into the Breach, the Subset games guys, folks, right? Because they're very good at that. Like they have there is a meta progression system, but it's a very light touch progression system that I think is fantastic. Delverian says, I think Gungeon and Hades are good examples of it. Yep. I have played Hades briefly. I have literally never started up Enter the Gungeon. And now I know that I'm an idiot because the soundtrack is Dose 1, and I'm listening to so much Dose 1 these days because of my obsession with synths. And so now I just have to go back and play it. Unparalleled Dev says, that's why I'm making a Rouge Leg. I recall it from that episode, yeah. ShadowDX64, have you watched the Game Dev Toolkit video on roguelikes and roguelites? I have. It's good. And I guess that's a good one for Unparalleled Dev, right? If you haven't seen the Mark Brown YouTube video on this, you should probably go and watch it. Well, and Unparalleled Dev says, yes, I love Mark Brown. ShadowDX says, I have nothing to add. Rouge Like, Delverino says Rouge Like a roguelike, but everything is red. Make it, just do it. Oh, and make it literally so everything is red, so that when you're, I don't know if this is an obscure reference, right? There's a ROM hack for Super Mario that just makes everything the same color. So when you're in front of another sprite, it looks like you're basically stealthing, but obviously that's not good in that game because it also happens to the enemies. And it's just a super simple ROM hack, right? Yeah, make that game. I think that's a great idea. Yeah, so if you love Mark Brown, I shouldn't be spoiling too much, but I think you're going to be in for a treat in the not too distant future. Delverino says, that's too tempting. Do it. Make the Rouge like that's actually red everywhere and call it Rouge like. I will not take credit for that because you just said it first. So Delverino, go out and make it. I kid you not. If you put out a simple game like that that's just a prototype and call it Rouge like, who knows about virality these days, but I think that's the kind of thing that gamers will like. People will trip over. Cobra25 says that's a great video. I like how he mentions that meta progression can be good. Just depends on how you like to play. And I think that for games like Dead Cells, it totally gets easier as you unlock things, but you still need to improve your skill at the game. Yeah, balancing that is hard, right? Also, here's the thing. Like, and I think I mentioned this. I always say this. I think I mentioned this earlier. This is going to get worse as we go on with the show and the stream and everything. I'll keep on saying that. So at some point I'll just drop it and then I'll just repeat it. I had students in class make a game where they first tried to do it without a progression system, and then instead of trying to balance the game, they just added a progression system, right? So that felt at the time, this was forever ago. This was when I was still teaching the class in Berlin, like, Jesus, 2007, 2008. That felt lazy, right? That felt kind of lazy. Cobra 20, yeah. So an Unparalleled Dev says, I haven't played Gungeon or Hades, but I have seen their design. I recently got Dead Cells and I've been playing and studying that. Delverino says, I'll see you in a week, Andy. Jesus. Now I'm like, wait, who's Delverino again? I'm the worst. I am the literal worst. This is what happens to me at GDC all the time. People come up to me like, hey, Andy, how's it going? And I'm like, oh my God, I don't remember ever meeting you, right? It's just because sometimes I meet people at parties at GDC and they were looking forward to meeting me because they liked Osmos or something, and I saw them with like 30 other people. Delvery says, I don't know you IRL. I was just saying I make... Oh, cool. Okay, got it. Thanks for correcting that. I don't know your IRL. I was just saying I'll make Rouge like and tag you in a week. Yes, please. Please do it. Because... oh my God, will I show that in class, in the obfuscation class. Like, I will literally take your prototype and show it to students in class. Because I'm not going to find the time between now and in 2 or 3 weeks when we have the difficulty / obfuscation in games lecture to make a game like that. It's just... oh, Delvery says, oh God, that's so much pressure. If you don't get to it, that's fine. This is... all of this is optional. Do not put yourself in a situation where you think you have to deliver this now, please. No. If you find the time to do it and you want to share, do it. And if not, do something else. Because these days, as again, some of you know, and I'm going to be done in 12 minutes, I've come to the realization that a lot of games I like have amazing soundtracks. And I've come to the realization that sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I should make a game about music. And then I realized I could just make music. It's like, wait a minute, why do I need the game around this? So that's what I'm doing these days. Maybe I'll lead back into games. I don't know. I also did photography and thought I would lead into games, but now I just do photography. So Delverine says, I've been working on a roguelike / infinite runner to make all the sprites red. Yes, you could. In fact, I mean, you couldn't make all the sprites red in Cannibal, right? Because you'd see nothing. Like, there's so many sprites in there. You'd have to be very selective about it. Yeah, getting obfuscation to feel the right way so that it's not just like, oh, this is goofy. Like in the ROM hack of Super Mario, it feels really goofy and funny. And no one would, you play it for like, you play 1-1, then you realize that there's parts of 1-1 that are almost unbeatable that way. And you realize that it's a cool idea that needs a lot more design, right? That needs a lot more work in like unearthing the good parts. But I just think, man, subtractive design is, and that kind of stuff, and like obfuscation and like weird motion modulation and like all kinds of stuff like that is just so underutilized, probably because it's hard to do well and we're just so used to the genres we have. But yeah, that's, you know, if I was doing experimental gameplay, those are the directions I'd go in. On Parallel Dev, I also like the Shovel Knight system of breakable checkpoints as risk versus reward. Yeah, I remember liking that a lot in Shovel Knight, a game that I played probably to the 90% mark, then put down for reasons I don't remember, and then never picked up again, which is extremely unfortunate, right? And I've always wanted to go back to it because I thought that game was really, really cool. What else? Let's... You know what? In theory, I could jump into a game of Noita, right? I could just try, because I still think that that's going to be potentially the next thing I go deep on. Right now, though, Unparalleled Dev says the new updates are great in Shovel Knight. Yeah, I know. I have heard this from many, many people. So I think, let's see, where is Noita? Noita. There we go. So let's start up Noita. Let's see if I have to do something, because right now I know all you're seeing is a blank screen. So many updates to Noita. This is what happens when you don't play a game for a million years. Yeah, it's not streaming, so I have to go to Game Properties. Noita. There we go. There we go. Now we got Noita. Okay. New game. Daily run. Explore new world. The original. Some starting items. Nah, let's just do new game. Okay. Do I even remember how this game controls? That's a very good question. Yeah. Well, it reminds you, so I guess that's not that problematic. Let's see. Just trying to make sure that the audio mix isn't entirely off. Unparalleled Dev says that I haven't had a chance to play Noita as any meta progression. Not that I can tell. Not that I can tell. But maybe I'm very wrong, right? Because I feel like you start with the same items every time. But again, I may be wrong about this. The thing that happens to me more often than not in Noita is that I'm like, oh, I remember this game, and then there's like a new enemy that I've never seen. Ooh, nice headshots. Every time I play it, it takes me a little bit of time to get adjusted to the very slow. I do love blowing stuff up in this game. To the very slow horizontal movement. Like, it's pretty slow, and I wonder if that's, I mean, there's reasons. I mean, those guys are too good at game design, but that's just by chance, right? Gold, thank you. So I mentioned this earlier. I always was under the impression in this game that farming it is probably a good beginner strat, because you... Oh, let's make sure. Okay, let's not... Because I can't imagine... Like, you can farm a level, right? And try to get all the gold and all the enemies and whatnot. Because it just gives you more goodies, right? It seems kind of boring from a spectator... no! Oh, boy, I was asking for that one, right? Okay, I don't even know how to get the gold from that pool. I know how to get that gold. I guess I can hover over here. Because I die so many times from just being poisoned. Oof, let's try not to be stupid about this. Maybe I don't blow that up. Or maybe I blow that up because it might take out the water up on top of it. Nah, it didn't, unfortunately. Yeah, also you can see them from afar, right? So I'm always like, oh yeah, you can see those. Ooh. Does that just... Picked up extra max health. That's cool. Man, the effects in this game are so good. Like, just that pickup, pixely thing that's like probably, quote-unquote, comes for free. Wow! Thank you, guys. I mean, this game has been patched like a million times since I last played it. So I don't know if they're just being a lot more generous. Okay, let's get that. Let's get whatever this is. It's a wand, so let's just put a bomb there. Try not to get lit on fire. Okay, what's the new magic wand? How do I tab right? It is a summon a bomb. Okay. I don't want to use this right now, right? I obviously want to just stick with the thing I have. That's fine. Thank you. Let me pause this for a second. Unparalleled Desert so horizontal movement might be due to the level generating or unloading chunks of the level you're far away from. Could be. Could be. I was thinking it's probably more of a, like, the way the level is designed thing. ShaddyX says new low % world record. Can't click on that right now. Oh no! Oh no! Wow, wow. I don't pay attention. Oh, thank God. Wow, I don't want those guys to kill me. I don't pay attention for 2 seconds. And I just, like, catch fire. Thanks. Thanks, game. Oh, God. Where am I health-wise? 57. Okay, still not bad. Whoa! You guys just drown? Do these guys do that? Okay, clearly they can't breathe underwater. Well, I guess I can't either. Like, I think I have a breathe meter. But, wow, this is going to be so insane. Well, okay, I almost didn't get it. Oh, there's a potion. Let's get the potion. Oh, okay, see, yeah. I also lose health in water. I'm still at 50 health, so no harm done just yet. Oof. I'm poisoned. Let's get back to the water so that I don't die here. Okay, so now it's telling me it's not looking good, so I'm gonna... Let's not mess around here. I'm just gonna try to do the good old Spelunky thing. Oh, I'm stuck on a piece of geometry. That's cool. Oh, no! Oh, what? Wow. I don't like this. I don't like my odds here. What's this here? Oh, it's just a water bomb. Okay, this is starting to look very sketchy. Ooh, I'm getting stuck on geometry. I always say this never happens, but look, lo and behold, now it's happening. There's something over there. Cool. Ah, something there too. What's this? Egg. If only I knew what these things did. So I'm at 13 health. I need to get the hell out of here. Oh boy. No, no, this is not good. Let's not do this. Did I just... I hope I just... Okay, there's another shotgun person over there who I'm very much trying to avoid. Would you please... Oh, there's the exit. Well, I think that... No, 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 no! I gotta be super careful here right now. This is getting... Wait, so something happened with the sound. Oh, there we go. Finally. Wow. Okay. That was rough. But now I get fully healthed. Fully healthed. What kind of language is that? Something happened to the sound. Like, not all effect... Seems like the effects are somehow messed up. How much money do I have? 144. I guess I can't... Oh, wait. No, I can afford this one. Yeah, let's just get something. This seems fine, right? Let's get another wand. I guess now we have 4 wands. What did I just buy? Summon Hollow Egg. Cast a spell upon cracking open. I don't know. Okay, boomerang spells. Low gravity. Extra perk. Don't know what extra perk is. Gonna take it. I to edit wands. Oh, this is the part where I can start dragging stuff around. Yeah, I've heard that this is amazing. Shuffle, no. So this is the part I honestly don't know exactly how this system works. I'm also running up against my time constraint, but let's just not... I'm not going to do perk reroll. I'm at 160 health, and let's face it, I'm going to die in this second environment pretty fast, probably. Coal pits. Was it always coal pits as the second biome? I'm not sure. Let's see, swap an item. What's this here? Do I... Okay, so I have to drop an item. Let's drop this one, because I would like to see what this new thing is without actually looking at it, which is pretty funny. Spark bolt with trigger. Spark bolt with trigger? I'm not sure. Whoa, 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 whoa. Get out of here. Get out of here. Is that what that was? Oh, that's... Okay. There we go. Oh, that took quite a bit. Unparalleled Death says, Vagante looks interesting. Have you played it? I have not. Zach has played it extensively, and he is very much on our case about playing it. He's very much saying we need to play it. It's because he thinks it's amazing. And I agree, it does look very interesting, and I do want to play it. But I kind of want to play Noita more, even though these guys are going to be... What do they do again? They shoot some teleporter spray or something. Oof. Whoop. So Noita is running in a window for me because of the stream, so if you ever see it go into the pause menu, it's because I clicked outside of the window. I feel like I'm not doing a great job here right now, but also there's a lot of stuff happening. This weapon's kind of... Oh, what does that do? That just makes water. Okay. Let's see. Boop-a-doop-boo. Yeah, keep on clicking outside the window. Sorry. I'm also not paying attention to my health at all. I just realized. I'd kind of... So I'm a little bit bummed out that I messed up the sound somehow. Whoa. That was not cool. Wow, I didn't take that much damage. Gunpowder. Okay. Kind of want to see... I'm obviously curious to see what happens if I put that in there. I would have expected it to be a little bit more dramatic, honestly. Okay. Probably not a great idea to not farm this level at all, but I was just way too curious. Because I think I've never been to the third area. I have 107 gold. This is the cheap. Pick up Spill Refresher. Wait, why am I still blinking? Something is wrong here. Critical on burning. Let's do that. Oh, it's because I'm still poisoned. What's this here? Extra, sure. Okay, so let's get down here and find some water. There, immediately found it. Snowy Depths. Okay, I've never seen this. Oh, and there's something immediately attacking me. I don't even know if my weapons are good for whatever the hell is going to happen here now. Oh boy. Oh boy, bullet hell. What's the... Oh, no, don't... Freezing vapor. Okay, so the freezing vapor is also not good for me. Delverina says, can you wash that off in water? Yes, you can. That's a thing that you learn pretty early on in the game. Right, that you can wash off acid that otherwise just hurts you over time. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, really? Like, okay, so there's dudes on the 3rd level down in Noita that have laser sight. Okay, you guys are gonna... Oh, nope, that's not gonna work. Get out of here, get out of here. Wow, it hurts a lot. Get out of here. It's snipers. Freaking snipers. There. Wait, why am I... Oh boy. I just thought my jetpack was not working. Well, I think I took them out. Yeah, I think I took them out. I mean, I'm probably not going to find anything amazing over here, but why not? Right? Well, the thing I'm occasionally wondering here is how much of... Whoops, I'm dead. I'm probably dead, right? Well, I'm at 3 health. So how could that go well? Oh, that's not what I wanted. What am I doing here? Nope. Oh, no more. I got no more... Yeah, I got no more bombs. Did I just kill that guy? Well, he's not alive. Yeah, but come on. 3 health. Are you kidding me? Also, for some reason, the caves here are so big, I'm just expecting a boss or something at any point now. No, there's a... Oh, okay. Well, there's a dude with a gun and jetpack. Click here for stats. Let's check out. So, Rinkishi's projectile, gold 17, time depth. Yeah, obviously that was the deepest I've ever made it. 4 places visited. Yeah, this game's fantastic. This game is very, very, very good. Extremely well crafted by a superstar team of game designers. Okay, so I'm gonna hit new game just because the start screen looks cool. I think it doesn't actually stay on that start screen, right? It immediately goes to the start of the game. Yep, but I can do this. Okay, so I think I've been going on for slightly longer than I wanted to. I'm going to say that there are probably not that many people left over right now. Let's see. Yeah, there's 3 of you here. Okay, so with that, I'm just probably going to close it down for today. Unless anyone has any pressing questions. I was just curious to see if I still have any ability to play Noita, and it turns out I do. Although, who knows how many times they've fixed that in the past. Delverino says, great stream. Thanks. Thank you very much for watching. As always, I would put these up on Twitch as a highlight and YouTube later on our channels. If you want to go back over them or share them, that would be great. I'll be back. Parallel Dev says, GG. GG. Thanks. Yeah, I beat Spelunky twice today. Right, that was super fun to do. I don't know what we call that. I'm gonna ask Ix next time he joins, or I'll just tweet it at him, because you know, this feels good. I feel really good about that. Very happy I managed to pull that off, even though the RNG was in my favor. I'll definitely let people know that that's what happened today when I post the VODs. But with that, I will sign off for today. I wish you all a lovely weekend and a wonderful next week. I will see everyone next Friday, and please stay tuned for the show that is going up probably later today or tomorrow that we will record later today with Ryan Clark. Have a wonderful weekend and take care. Goodbye.